Alright, so here's how I put all my parts on my chainsaw. I drew a line here with a Sharpie. This is the part that I'm going to cut out. After I cut it out, I remove the top. I'll put the body back together. Use the screws that came with it. Now here's the top. I've marked out where I'm going to put the bolts. About an inch in and centered on that front. Making sure it sits properly. Drilled the holes for the bolts and straight through to the body. Here's the gas and oil cap and the top next to it. Feed those bolts through the body from the back and tighten the nuts up, and then I'll cut off the length of those bolts later. And here's where the cuff gets attached. Obviously that back needs to be trimmed a little, so I give it a nice straight cut straight down so that cuff can lay on the back nice and flush. Drill the holes for the straps. And I like to remove this small portion here. That way your hand can slide in without any interference. I'm gonna drill these holes now for the bottom straps to attach the cuff. Here's my straps. Drilled all my holes, used my bolts and nuts, lined up the holes perfectly. Bottom, side strap, top strap, cuff is on, and this is when I line up the top handle. Top handle just pulled out of the mold. It's also a resin cast. I'm going to glue on the side grill. Make sure that the back of the grill is scuffed and the body is scuffed, and use a little 2-part epoxy. That'll hold it on very well. Everything's bolted on. Now to install the muffler and the bar support. My casting is all one, so I have to remove this small portion inside the body. That way the support doesn't have to be cut. And once this part is installed, I'll use some glue and some small screws in specific locations, and that'll hold a real bar and chain. This is a real bar and chain attached to one of my resin castings. Yep, it's pretty heavy, but it holds. It ain't gonna break. A couple bolts, nuts, washers, no problem. And that's all my resin parts. That's how I do it. Technically, you don't need to use any glue to hold these parts on, except that side grill. The only other parts that I would attach after that is the side handle and the bar and chain. I cast both of those in resin. And then I would paint it up. I'd probably pull it apart, paint each piece individually, age them, and sometimes I add blood. Thanks for watching.